is Dr. Collado, and I think I've spoken about this before. I'm not sure. I think I talk about it a lot whenever I'm doing a presentation, and that is the difference between technology and paper and pencil. I have to confess that I still have a love for paper and pencil, and it bothers me when in the name of 21st century skills and current times and use of technology, we disregard or we label paper and pencil as the demon of engagement, right? Or motivation. And that is because time and time again, I see how simple activities that are using paper and pencil or even like crayons, I say this a lot, are absolutely engaging and help us meet the goals for a lesson. And I'll tell you, recently I had a class where as a supplemental activity, I printed out some word searches that had familiar vocabulary that the students had learned in the classroom. And they never fail. Like, students absolutely love them. And in this particular class, each student got their word searches. They started working on it. They were completely immersed. I mean, first of all, they were happy to see them. Yes, like, we got word searches. They were completely immersed, concentrated in finding their words. Some students were even saying the words out loud as they found them and the expressions. And I was tempted to say, stop, is a silent activity. But then I realized, no, that's exactly what we want them to do. We want them to use the language, to practice the language. And I also, they practice the language. I also witness how students that typically wouldn't help one another, wouldn't collaborate, they help each other find the words. They were talking and saying, oh, you didn't find, can I help you? This is where this word are. Some other groups that are more competitive actually come up with games and say, we won, we found like let's see who finds all the words first. So there's a little bit of a gamified experience there that they create. And finally, some students, after completing the word searches, as they leave to class, they ask for extra sheets. Even though they did it already, they ask for extra sheets to take with them and complete during their quiet time in their homeroom. How could I say no? So, let's really pay attention to what we're doing when it comes to technology and when it comes to our lessons. Sometimes it's easier to get the iPad and work using the iPads or the computer. It saves paper, maybe it saves time. Sometimes it's a hassle. Sometimes reserving the iPad card or taking it to our classroom, sometimes it's not as accessible. Even for students too, yes, it's great. I am the blended learning person, but sometimes they don't have an iPad that they carry along with them when they're young. They don't have necessarily an iPhone where they can access their homework, and it's easier for them to have a piece of paper that they can fold sometimes and put it in their pocket or in their backpack and have a pencil. And while they wait for the bus or carpool, or even at their practice, dance practice or sports, but whatever it is that they have after school, they can take it out and work on it. So let's be mindful of that. If you're a teacher, try it from time to time. It's okay to take a break from the screen, off the screen. And if you're an administrator, don't judge a teacher when you come into the classroom and you see that students are doing a paper and pencil activity instead of using a gadget. Just ask, observe and see if they're meeting the goals. Okay, so I'll see you next time. Bye.